Guess who's back? Me! Yeah, I was missing for some time. Not on purpose. It's because I broke my phone. Well, I didn't break it. My son threw my phone and the glass was cracked. I had to get a new phone, another cheap phone. I think I got another Oppo China phone. And then when I got on the new phone, I couldn't log into my YouTube account because one, me, I couldn't remember the password, so I needed to find all the backup codes for the password to get access to my account. But the thing is, I wrote it on one of the notebooks, one of the many 30 notebooks that I have. So after digging, finally found it, and I'm back on my YouTube today. Then there's a lot of things that has happened since the last time I was on YouTube. One of them will be Christmas was cancelled for us. Definitely, we got into lockdown. I think last month. Yeah, was it last month? Yeah, last month. I think around 10 we went into lockdown. And before we went into lockdown, like right after Christmas, I think no, not even right after Christmas, like on the 24th. Guess who caught COVID? Me and Sabi. And yeah, so story time from my humble kitchen. Anyway, so we were preparing to go for a Christmas party in one of our relatives' house on Sabi's side, obviously. We bought presents and everything. Then what happened was, I think right before Christmas Eve, Boris announced that they would cancel Christmas. So Christmas is not happening, so which means that we cannot visit other households to celebrate Christmas or anything. No mixing. So first they allowed like at least 3 households to mix together and have a Christmas party or dinner. So that was cancelled. Fine. So we stayed at home. By the 25th, 26th, Sabi was starting to feel like really ill. He was like, I think he came down with a fever. Yeah, immediately came down with a fever. Then he was totally knocked out, and he's a big guy. I mean, those of you who know him, like he's a really big guy, and he was just knocked out. He had no appetite. He couldn't even drink water. He couldn't eat. He was lying down the whole time. He was shivering because he kept saying, "Oh, it's cold," and his bones were aching, joints were aching. Then finally, he managed to get a test on the 30th of December. Yeah, he managed to get a test. Then he went for the test. On the day that he went for the test, on the 30th, I started getting aches in the morning. I started feeling, I started getting the chills. And then slowly I had some aches. So by the time his test was around 6 o'clock, I think. His COVID test was around 6 o'clock in the evening. So by the time I think it took him like 20 minutes. Like after he left, and by the time he got back, I had fever already. So then obviously I booked for a test. After like 2 days, I booked for a test. And we both tested positive for COVID. And for like, he had to quarantine for like 14 days. 10 days. They said 10 days. But we ended up quarantining, in quarantine for like 14 days each. So in total, I think until 14th of January, we quarantined ourselves at home. But I got better first. Sabi took some time. I was surprised that I got it after him, and then I got cured before him as well. So he took some time to get cured, and he lost a lot of weight. He was sweating a lot. Even though he had cold, he was really sweating a lot. He couldn't eat. He could barely eat. But because I'm breastfeeding Magnus, so I had to eat somehow. Because I was starting to feel very giddy and all that. Even though I couldn't eat, I couldn't taste anything. Same as Abby, he couldn't taste anything, couldn't smell. He couldn't smell and taste. I couldn't taste, but I could smell. So we were totally knocked out. I couldn't do anything for Magnus. I had to like force myself to prepare food for Magnus, and for ourselves we didn't really eat. Then our neighbor helped us. Like she dropped off some soup for us and all that, So I'm very grateful to her and her mom. And then then when I was like the 4th or 5th day in, I really pushed myself to make like dal. Dal is the easiest thing. You just boil and then you put turmeric and onion and all that stuff. So and they've been saying that it's good for inflammation as well. So I made dal. And the lucky thing is, right before I got COVID, I ordered some tea from my friend, some Ayurvedic tea. So like this one, like kappa tea. So this one's got like it's got turmeric slices, eucalyptus leaves, ginger beets, cardamom, whole black pepper, and whole cloves. So I brewed this tea, and this is what I was drinking the whole time. I couldn't even drink milk and all that because I was feeling sick. So I think turmeric in this helped with my inflammation a lot. I drank most of this tea all the time. Sabi didn't. So I'm not saying this cures COVID. No, all I'm saying is like it really helped me feel a bit better because I didn't have the time to like pound ginger and put honey and lemon for the first few days, but afterwards it's just easy to just chuck this in and pour some hot water and drink it. So yeah, I drank a lot of this herbal tea, and then I had honey lemon and ginger tea because I couldn't taste anything really. I really couldn't taste anything. So I had lots of dal because I needed the energy, the carbohydrate and all that. So dal and rice, mainly dal and rice, forced myself to eat. And when I could, I drank hot chocolate. So that's how I still managed to breastfeed Magnus, and I've got to remember that I am currently hyperthyroid as well, so which means my metabolism is really high, so I burn energy really quickly. And can you imagine, I breastfeed as well, so my sugar levels were getting really low, and I was already down with COVID and so sick, and even my thyroid makes me sick, and it was horrible. But luckily I recovered faster than Sabi, and I managed to cook even more and try to like get food into Sabi's system and all that. So eventually by 14-15 we were both better. We had fever, chills, phlegm. This phlegm was very weird because it was not in the upper respiratory area. It was mostly in the chest. I can feel there was like blocks of phlegm in my chest, and I could feel someone, obviously it's not someone squeezing my lungs, but I could feel like my lungs were being squeezed, and I couldn't draw in like deep breaths. And then you've got joint aches, fever, chills, joint aches, phlegm. That's about it. No runny nose. Like my nose was really dry. There was no phlegm up my nose. I didn't even have a runny nose. Luckily Magnus was fine. My baby boy was fine. He didn't, surprisingly, he had no symptoms, nothing. It's just me and Sebi. But we were discussing it, like after we got better and all that, we were discussing it. I can imagine how it would feel for someone who's elderly to get COVID. It would be very bad because with old age you have pre-existing conditions already. So can you imagine if you have arthritis? Oh my god, I can only imagine if you have arthritis and you get COVID. I think you just give up on your joints, I think, because your joints really, really hurt, really bad. Yeah, so I'm really grateful that we came out of it fine, and let's see. I don't know when the vaccine is coming. Since we're young, we'll probably be way down the line. We would take it, I guess, if you're offered the vaccine. I know my in-laws are around their late 50s and early 60s, so they have not been offered the vaccine yet, but I think they are definitely going to take it when they get the letter from the NHS. So all I'm going to say is like stay safe out there, because COVID is no joke. COVID is real, definitely real, and it is no joke. We are young and we got knocked out badly. I wouldn't wish it on someone else, not even on my worst enemy. I don't have enemies, but anyway, you get what I mean. It's really horrible. I can only imagine, if you have pre-existing conditions, it's the worst thing ever. So post-COVID, after getting cured from COVID, after we've started to feel better, I think it took us at least another 2 weeks after our quarantine was over, after the 14th, to really feel ourselves, to really feel like, oh, I'm back. Even Sabi, it took quite a lot of, I think only by the end of January, Sabi really got back his sense of smell and taste. It was really gone for some time. So poor guy, he really loves his food and his flavors, so he couldn't taste anything for some time. So we're lucky. We were really lucky in that sense that it just hit us hard quickly, and then we got as soon as possible as well. Then it really scared Sabi a lot, I would say. He was faced with his own mortality. So now he's really, really vigilant. When he goes to work, he packs wipes and spray and everything. He makes sure he has hand sanitizers and everything. Make sure that obviously we've been doing this before, we had COVID. But even now, we're even more hyper vigilant. You know, even me, like when I go out, I make sure I obviously have my hand sanitizer. I have my mask, but now I'm like I really am very careful with the distance. My distance with other people, you know, especially when I go for grocery shopping and all that. So yeah, guys, that was our COVID-19 story. I wish you all a happy new year. I don't know. I don't think 2021 is going to be any different from 2020, but I'm wishing you all the safety and the best of health. Okay, the best of health and perseverance throughout 2021. That's all I can say. Let's just hanker down and drink lots of good tea, herbal tea, cultivate better habits, especially eating habits, stay safe, spend a lot of time with our families, and God knows how it's going to be throughout the year. So yeah, so stay tuned for more videos. Yeah, I'm going to make more videos. Let's see me trying stuff. Okay, anyway, take care. Bye, guys.